Hello everybody, my name is Fragged and welcome to another For Honor build video. This is the 2.0 version of Berzerker, well, the ultimate Berzerker build in my personal opinion. And after the patch, I had a lot of changes to make and a lot of grinding to do in order to get to where I am today, but I am quite happy with the setup I have right now. We're going to start off with the helmet. I am rocking the Berzerker helm. It has high level defense, as you can see, but the highest point here is exhaustion recovery, mainly because I find myself getting to the point of exhaustion a lot in games, mostly in Dominion and Deathmatch. I end up losing all my stam, and I find it's best to recover from that quickly. Debuff resistance I have no real use for, especially since I don't see a lot of people using debuffs lately. Main reason, I will say this for this build right now, is that Daniel used in his build a lot of items where they upgrade all 3 of the traits, but all of my items are usually only 2 of the traits being upgraded. So I will disclaim that right now, but it works to this build. I can't tell if my shoulder is glitching out. It's really distracting me. But anyway, we're going to move on to the chest piece, and I'm using the Sugar chest. Again, high defense and a high revenge mode defense. Now, much similar to my previous build, I wanted a high revenge defense and a high revenge attack, because the revenge mode was meant to be Berzerker's main trump card, because I don't block a lot, but when I do block, I'm hoping that I can at least get out of a bad situation, and I don't really want revenge mode to stay that long. Kind of like Daniel's build a bit. I did take some notes from Daniel's build, because he actually knew what he was talking about post-patch. I actually have a new one here, and I'll look into that later, but yep, rocking this chest, and I'm quite happy with it. It saved my ass many a time, and you'll see in the gameplay how the revenge mode actually saved me. And then we're going to move on to the arms. I'm using the Mohan arms. High defense, high stamina cost reduction, but as you can see, I kind of dicked over stamina regen, mainly because I don't really see much in a point in having it. I'd rather have cost reduction than stamina regen, because I end up using a lot of attacks, true, but most of the time I do end up getting more to the point of exhaustion before my stamina can get halfway and needs to regen. So I don't really see the point in having stamina regen. Personally, it's never helped me in any fights, even before I had this build. I did experiment with it a little bit, but I just found having stamina cost reduction was better than stamina regen. And actually, we're going to scroll down to actually look at my axes here. We're going to move to my axes now. And I am using, if I believe, yes, I'm using the Berzerker set. It is a legendary set available once you are able to unlock gold tier items for Berzerker. And coming right off with the right axe head here, we have a high attack of 5.4%, followed with very little defense penetration and high ability to block damage. Now, Daniel finds that defense penetration is very useful, as does everyone else. Me personally, I have never really found defense penetration helping me, even though it's one of the best stats in the game. I just don't see a point in me using it that much. It helps, but half the time I'm not usually hitting people where they're blocking me. So the point of my build is to really hit around their defenses, not really to directly impact their defenses. And it's more or less like trying to trump defense with speed, which kind of sounds like a gamble, but hey, it's working for me so far. And we're going to move on to the handles, also part of the Berzerker set. High attack again, high execution health regen, but fuck all revive speed. I'm sorry, I am not a medic. I am not good at reviving teammates half the time. I mean, I can be, but this stat can kind of dick me over sometimes. However, having the health execution regen I find is most useful in a dom match or a death match related match, because if I am low health, I want a lot of health to come back after I get that kill, because you get health back upon a kill anyway, but added with a high execution health regen, and majority of the time I do get an execution on my kills, and bam, practically I'm back at, I want to say it puts me up to 2/3 of my health back, because there's always that one bar that isn't filled, but don't quote me on that. We'll see in the gameplay. And then we're going to move on to the Berzerker left head, which actually you'll notice boosts all 3 of its available stats. And I thought this was kind of weird, because it's the only one that really does that out of the entire armor set and weapon set I'm using. However, coming in with the high attack and a high revenge gain, but also a very high revenge mode attack. Again, referring back to when I talked about revenge mode, like in a revenge mode defense here, it's the same concept here. I want to have a high revenge attack, that way I can get the fuck out of a bad situation fast. And especially with the revenge gained items as well. I will mention in the gameplay really quick that I do have some gameplay of brawls, but gear stats don't really do much in brawls, I know, but the brawls footage is a good example of how this Berzerker set works. Especially, it's also a good example of what happens when you know how to play Berzerker. And continuing, I was also talking about revenge mode gain. Like, I find myself getting hit a lot, and this actually coexists best with one of my feats, where my attacks will fill the revenge meter. I want everything pouring into the revenge meter half the time when I'm playing a game. I want my attacks to pour in there. I want my blocks to throw in there. I want getting injured to get all thrown into the revenge mode, so that if I get into a bad situation, I can just pop Super Saiyan and get the fuck out fast. It's the same concept with having Rush equipped, so I can get out of a bad situation fast. I have Throwing Axe equipped mainly just to be a dick, because I find Throwing Axe staggers and throws the enemy off for the time being, and while I have used all of these before, I find that having Berzerker equipped is just the best one for Berzerker, because it will boost all of my available stats, and I love having that about it. And it doesn't stack with revenge mode anymore, I believe. It used to back in the early days of the game, but we've gone through so many patches since then. It's a real shame it doesn't stack anymore. But yeah, now that I've covered the stats for you guys, I'm going to show off some gameplay, and maybe I'll show off that gameplay at the end of me in that brawl match where I basically had to win the game myself because he left. Anyway, I'll see you guys in gameplay. Bye.
Alright, starting off, I am going up against a Shigoki in eliminations, and not too concerned about fighting this guy because it looks like his gear stats are still pretty low. However, only reason I am concerned about fighting Shigoki is the hyper armor. Fighting Shigokis is easy to a certain degree because like that hyper armor gives them a extra hit so they can't be staggered. Like, I took a big risk there just charging like that with no plan. I got lucky there because I dodged his charge, and if he had gotten that guard break on me just there, that probably would have been the end of it because he would have just thrown me the fuck back. And right now I got him whittled down to his last health bar, so he knows he's in the bad, but I bring him back, and execution, this is Valkenheim. Alright, all in all that could have gone exceedingly better given the fact that I did not gain that much health back from it. But I go to get a shield only to find that the round's actually over, so we won. Awesome.
Round 2.
Coming in with round 2 here, I am fighting a Kensei, and that would usually concern me, except this Kensei is a bot. And the thing with the bots in this game is that whenever they do attack, they will attack 3 times in the same direction. Players who are really good at Kensei, like Daniel, will mix up their attacks in like 3 different directions, or they will cancel moves and try to kill you with unblockable R2, only to switch it out to a side strike to the left or right side. I don't know if it's an advanced move, but I've only ever seen Daniel do it and very few other people. And it comes down to this game where we end up winning this round again pretty much, because there's only one guy left. There's 3 of us. Yeah, one of us is an AI, but it's a 3-on-1. Doesn't matter. He's dead. Give us the next round, please.
Round 3.
Coming in with a 3rd round here, I'm going up against a Shinobi, whom is actually one of the characters I greatly dislike fighting. That's mostly because of these teleporting attacks, which it's basically teleporting, like it's smoke screen, I know, but he's basically Nightcrawler from the past. And the other reason I dislike fighting him is that move right there where he put me on my knees, but he didn't actually follow through with the move. I don't know if that's because he was out of stamina or what, but he follows through with it here, but I don't let him get off the extra 2 hits. That would have killed me. Taking a big risk here, going in full hand, and it comes back to bite me in the ass. However, this doesn't last long because my Seni then shows up to revive me. Hey Centurion, how you do? Revive me please.
Thank you later.
I don't know. I'm not going to thank him later. I'm going to thank him right now. Thank you for reviving me. Let's go chase down the shinobi and kick his ass. And next thing you know, enemy Kensei comes in. And I don't know if that was the Kensei I was fighting or if he's a new one. From the look of his helmet, from what I can see in the gameplay, he looked like a player. Not too worried about it, because now Centurion's going to chase down the shinobi. And I'm going to stay here in Corpse Guard, which is pretty much a standard move that everyone should, like, learn. Well, not move, it's a strategy that everyone should practically know by now when playing limbs, because like it helps us win the game. Like I don't really like it when like there are several, when I'm playing a match where I don't have my team with me, I end up just seeing people all run after the same guy while they have like 2 people that can be revived. Like, why the fuck aren't you corpse guarding? Let victory. Tactics, guys, come on. But it doesn't even matter though, because we end up winning. Our Nobushi kicks his ass and we end up winning the game. Now I'm going to show you guys some gameplay from Brawls, which I know does not properly represent the gear stats of Berzerker, but what it does represent is what a good Berzerker player is capable of when you've invested enough hours and time into learning how to play this character. So let's check that out. Now, I did kind of skip into the match here just so we could move it along, but that's mostly due to the fact that we need to address a few things here. For example, I did lose to this Kensei a few times. However, I did like learn to then bring it back here. You see that parry there, and he's backing off because he knows his health is low, but he ain't getting away from me. Valhalla! Next thing you know, bam, cutting him up, and his head's gone. Now, this Centurion, I will admit, I think he's still new to playing Centurion, because a lot of the moves he was pulling were kind of the way I started when I was playing Centurion. And yeah, as you can see there, he's trying to activate the unblockable without actually following up with a beginning assault, which is kind of a shame, but it's a learning curve. Like, it's okay, bud. You'll get better at him, I'm sure, but I just gotta whop your ass real fast. So let's see how this goes. You had me on the ropes there for a little while, bud, but you just didn't make the cut. Sorry about that. However, what you may have noticed and did not notice, well, probably didn't notice in the gameplay, is that my teammate left. Probably because he figured they were losing, and I think he just rage quit. Kind of mad at him, but doesn't really matter. However, I'm stuck with a bot now, and of course the bot charges in, and these guys are going to have no honor and just go straight to ganking the bot so they can gank me. This is where I realize I'm practically fucked, okay? I'm fighting a Kensei and a Centurion. Practically 2 of the most difficult things I'm having to fight right now. But I have an advantage. A, the Centurion isn't that good at fighting as a Centurion yet. So it's a 2v1, but I can pull this around. Plus, I'm semi-good at blocking Kenseis because they're easy to predict. So we're just gonna try and pretty much bait them into hitting me so that I can activate my revenge, go pop, then I just hit him a few times, wham, he's dead. Of course, this guy's not gonna be able to stop me because my revenge is popped. Oh, going for that counter block, guard block there. For those of you who don't know how that move works, you basically have to dodge the moment of contact with the attack. Like you would have to dodge the direction the attack is coming, and then it initiates a guard break. I got this guy on the ropes. He's backing off. He's run off. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. Like, look at him. He goes in for a street sweeper, seeing if that can hit me, but it doesn't. It just drains his stamina. What you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do? I go in for the final few attacks. He's not killing me at this rate. He goes in for the slow ones, I counter him, and it's over. I'm sorry. It's just over. Like, go fuck yourself. Victory. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like. Comment what you think. Maybe I missed some more missteps. Please let me know in the comments, and I will put that comment to the top. Thanks, and I'll see you later.